So when you're adding polynomial expressions like this, we always look at what's in between the two parentheses. Here we're adding. So we don't need the parentheses unless there's some distribution out front, in which we clearly see we don't. So since there's no distribution to worry about and we're just adding, we can just drop the parentheses away and bring everything else down. And you just have to remember, how do we combine like terms with polynomials? You have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So I see an x squared here, I see another x squared over here. That's just a regular number, and I see another regular number here. That's x to the third power. I see another x to the third power over here. And now I'm going to combine all of those like terms. 3x squared minus x squared is 2x squared. Negative 4x cubed plus 5x cubed is just x cubed. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then usually your final answer, you should have your biggest exponents first, and then you should go in order down to the constant. So I would reorder your problem like this. Now the only difference between the last problem and this one is we're subtracting. So before we do anything, we have to make sure we clean up that distribution. That's a -1 outside of that whole parentheses. This parentheses has nothing out front. So I can go ahead and write down everything in there. I can just bring that on down. But before I bring this down, I have to distribute. And that -1 needs to go to every single thing in there. So that's going to become positive 3x. That's going to become -5. That's going to become positive 2x squared. And that'll become negative 2x. Just like last time, combining like terms. I'm going to find all my other x to the third powers out there. There isn't one. So that will just come into my final answer. I'm going to find all my other x to the fifth power, which I see all the way down there. -5x to the fifth minus 2x to the fifth is -7x to the fifth. I'm going to look for my regular numbers, which I see here and here. So 3 minus 5 is -2. Now I'm going to look for all of my x squareds out there. -x squared plus 2x squared is just positive 1x squared. Then I'm going to look for my regular x's. There are no regular x's. Like I said, I think it's best to rewrite this in order of your biggest exponent. So I see x to the fifth, and that negative goes with that part of the expression. And then I have positive 4x to the third, so I add that. Then I have my x squared, then my 3x, then my -2. And that would be a good final answer. Remember, you always need to look at what's in between the parentheses to know what's going on. I don't see an adding or subtracting sign. Those parentheses are right next to each other, so this is multiplication. This is just going to be like distribution, except now that 4x has 1, 2, 3 things to be multiplied. And that -2 also has 3 things to go multiply. 4x times 3x squared is 12x cubed. 4x times -2x is -8x. 4x times 5 is 20x. And I'm done with the 4x. -2 times 3x squared is -6x squared. -2 times -2x is positive 4x. -2 times 5 is -10. Now it's time to combine like terms. There are no other x to the third powers out there. There's only one x squared out there. But I see right here, oh, I made a mistake. 4x times -2x is 8x squared. So actually, that's -8x squared minus 6x squared to get -14x squared. Then I have my regular x's will combine to 24x. And then I only have one regular number, and then there's our final answer.